Hello and welcome to BTech. David here, and I have to say you Sony fans are really spoiled because Sony released a new flagship at a much higher rate than any other manufacturer. They had a bit of a shake-up recently and it seemed to delay the release of the Xperia 1, which judging by Sony's previous release schedules should have been released back in February at MWC, but it wasn't until a few months later that we saw it. If you haven't seen my reviews about this phone, then please go and check them out, links in the description below. So it seems like Sony will be releasing the Xperia 2 in September at the IFA Consumer Electronics Show in Berlin. IFA is the biggest show of its kind in Europe, and I will be there reporting for BTech on all the major smartphone releases, including the Xperia 2. Let me just say a big thank you to Direct Mobiles for looking after us here at BTech. Go and check their comparison tools to compare all of the available deals with all of the UK networks. If you need a new phone, then it is the perfect place to start your search. Check down in the video description below for a link, or just search directmobiles.co.uk. The first rumours surrounding the new Sony handset came from a well-known leaker on Weibo. Zaxbucks suggested that there might be a version of the Xperia 1 with an S or a V designation afterwards. This got people speculating that now that Sony's Alpha division is more heavily involved in the development of their smartphones, that possibly a photography or a video-focused edition of the Xperia 1 was on the cards. This turned out not to be true, as Zaxbucks added to his post saying that it had nothing to do with Xperia. But then we got some renders of what the Xperia 2 is going to look like. In this leaked image of the Xperia 2, it seems to be keeping that unique 21:9 screen aspect ratio, and the only real noticeable differences are the repositioning of the camera bump from its central position to the side, as well as the SIM card tray, which was mounted on the top on the Xperia 1, has now had to be repositioned. From what we know of the specs, this is pretty much a smaller version of the Xperia 1. Expect a 6.1-inch 4K OLED display, a fair bit smaller than the 6.4-inch on the Xperia 1, a Snapdragon 855 chipset with 6GB of RAM and a relatively small 3300 mAh battery, the side-mounted biometric scanner returns, but I think this is going to be more than just a smaller Xperia 1. It's also expected that the Xperia 2 will be 5G capable. Sony seemingly opting for a smaller screen to offset the extra power consumption that the 5G modem will create. But it's not the only Sony device expected to make an appearance at IFA this September. Traditionally, Sony used the event to release a more premium version of their mid-range phone. Last year it was the XA2 Plus, and some information has been found that could be related to this device, and it looks like it could also be 5G capable, but use a 1080p display. Rumoured to be called the Xperia 20, but whatever it's called, hopefully it will be an affordable 5G handset. Despite making sensors for almost everybody else, and being arguably now top of the full-frame camera market, Sony have never quite got photography right with their own smartphones. I've been reviewing the Xperia 1 over the past few weeks, and although it does show that Sony have closed the gap a little bit to its competitors, it's still not on par with the best just yet. I don't think that we will see any improvements with the triple camera system on the Xperia 2. I think this update is more about 5G than anything else, but I don't want to sound like I'm dogging the camera on the Xperia 1 too much. The hardware is probably the best that you can get, but it's just the software. It doesn't seem to do nearly as much processing as other smartphones, and as a result, it's making the hardware look bad. Full camera review of the Xperia 1 will be on the channel this week, so look out for that. Anyway, as usual, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you looking forward to Xperia 2, or does this seem like too little too soon? I mean, it's only been 3 months since we saw their last handset, and the improvements other than the 5G modem seem to be very incremental. Anyway, we haven't got long to wait, so make sure that you're subbed because I will be there at IFA looking to get my hands on this phone as soon as possible, and I'm really looking forward to that. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button, double tap notifications and smash the like button. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, it's at BTech, or add me on Snapchat at david.btech. Thanks for watching, my name's David, this is BTech.